It is Canada and Italy. Italy has Stefano Minuta, Mattia Predomo, and Matteo Bianchi as the trio. Canada in a photo finish coming ahead of France in the last round. And right now, through the first lap, it is 2/100ths of a second separating these two sides. 2 laps to go. Nothing between them. 1/10 of a second. The Canadians left it late last time around. James Hedgecock put in a push, but he has 3/10 of a second to pull back. It is Matteo Bianchi of Italy leading things around. It is closed again. Here comes Hedgecock, just over 1/10 of a second. What's the final split? And the Canadians take it. They've done it again. They left it late. James Hedgecock, an absolute surge, 2 races in a row. Canada taking bronze. Now,
yeah, so am I pronouncing it right? Ryan Dodyk? Is Dodyk?
Dodyk.
Dodyk, sorry,
Yeah.
I butchered
No
your
worries.
name.
No worries. Everyone does.
I tried to just call you Ryan, but I think
Okay.
I don't have a full name. Will you be able to give like a brief introduction of yourself?
Yeah, I'm Ryan Dodyk. I've been on the Canadian national team for sprint track cycling for I think 4 years now, and I've been track cycling since 2016. I started in Edmonton, Alberta, in Canada, with the Argyle Velodrome Racing Academy, and like there's a really good coach there, and so I kind of transitioned from doing speed skating to doing track cycling.
Mm. So you were a competitive speed skater in your
I
youth?
I'm better at track cycling than I was at speed skating.
Okay. So
Yeah.
okay, so I mean besides this, like do you ride for like and besides the Canadian national team, is there like a team or club that you ride for, or
Yeah, right now I'm riding with the Juventus cycling team, and that's still my home club from Edmonton.
Mm.
And so like because for nationals and some other races, uh then we can't like ride for the Canadian team, so we still ride for like a club team. But it's not like a road cycling club team where we get like paid and stuff. It's just
okay.
like, yeah, we like, this is the name that's on the jersey sort of thing.
Okay.
It's not like a pro team like that sort of way.
Because oh yeah, I think I got a better screen. Yeah, I think I'll cover this later. Like how uh I okay, I think I'll cover this later on, like, track cycling as a career, but
Mm-hmm.
probably on a later stage. I'll be
Yeah.
interested. I haven't been asking that, and yeah, be interesting to know about how is it. Um, so I'll start with all the track races that you raced lately. And I'll have a questionnaire on equipment. How's the training regime like? I mean, yeah, um and a few other questions as well. So I don't think it'll take that
Oh,
long, but yeah, we'll see. So Pan Ams, lately I think you have participated.
yeah.
Um, it was a kilo. Was it the kilo time trial
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I did the kilo, keirin, and team sprint at Pan Am's.
um? So the most notable one was the kilo, where you came in for.
Yeah, I guess that was my no, I came fourth in the keirin as well.
Oh, okay.
Was,
So
was the
um, yeah, sorry.
just missing the
So
podium a lot.
yeah, that close. So was it like expected results for you for the Pan Ams?
Yeah, I think like this year I was hoping to get on the podium because I knew a lot of the people that are, or a few of the people that are normally like there and like big threats like wouldn't be coming because it's like the year after the Olympics, so some people
Mhm.
are just wanting to like rest.
Mhm.
Like it would have been tough to race like Jer in the keirin and uh yeah, like a few more people like that.
Mhm.
Uh but I don't know. I'm reasonably it was okay. It went okay.
It's somewhat like the is it somewhat like the okay, to us it's like the Asian championships, right? It's like the Asian champs. Is it
Yeah.
somewhat similar, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So mm,
yeah, it's one of the continental championships. So
mm.
yeah.
So how difficult was I think you said like there was a few people missing from the I mean from the start due to the Olympics and all that, but I do still see some notable names.
Yeah, like Nicholas
I
Paul is
didn't
still
even I
there.
forgot Trinidad and Tobago was part of finance. I think I
Yeah.
saw Nicholas Paul was in there. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the
so
Colombians are always fast. And,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
okay, so after that, I think way before that, I think the next one I'm gonna say is the Track Nations Cup
Yeah, in
in
climates.
Milton. Right,
Oh,
was the one that you guys beat Italy.
in the team sprint.
Uh yeah, the team sprint. So okay, I consider it as home ground. I mean Milton is in Canada.
Mhm.
So beating them in home ground and getting the bronze, um, was what was the whole feeling like? You know,
Uh,
after
yeah, it was really
quite
cool.
silence. Mhm.
Like we were coming into it not expecting to like medal or anything because that that race, like the Milton Nations Cup,
Mhm.
was the last event that points would be counted for the Olympics.
Mhm.
So it was like the Canadian team's last chance to qualify in the team sprint.
Mhm.
So, and we were just like a bit behind Poland, I think. So we
Mhm.
just it was close enough that we just had to beat Poland and
Mhm.
like to qualify the spot because we were
Mhm.
right on the edge of like eighth and ninth.
Mhm.
So uh like our coach kind of like uh I think after what was the First Nations Cup that year? Was it Jakarta? No. Uh I forget.
Okay.
I forget where it
Okay.
was. Anyway,
I can
oh, it
look it up
was
anyway.
it was in Australia.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like after like that event, then our coach pulled like brought all four of us, like me, Nick, Tyler, and James, and was like, okay, like we're like so close to the edge. We're gonna like try something. Like we're going to just try putting Ryan in P2. Just it was like the Hail Mary sort of option.
Mhm.
Like like if it was like a football movie or a basketball
Mhm.
movie, it's like the last like shot like going down to the
Could be
line.
on Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess Nick did make a documentary about like the
Mm.
qualifying process.
Mhm.
But I'm not in it. He didn't put me in
Okay, I'll tag him.
it.
Him later.
No, no, you're gonna get me
Why?
in trouble. You're gonna get me in trouble. Yeah, so and it just like came together sort of like very last minute. Like we had done, I think before the the qualifying round, we had done maybe one full team sprint, like as a team, one or two. So, and like normally we're doing kind of like one training session a week, like either starts in the line or like practicing the exchange or something. But we hadn't like practiced any of that, and it just kind of came together on the day. So it was really cool, a really cool feeling.
Oh, so mainly it's like pure experimental, but then didn't know if it works, but
Mm. Yeah,
just Mhm.
it was kind of like how the Australians at the Olympics just like flipped Glaetzer and Richardson, and then like that's how they won a medal. So it's not that we're that fast, but
But I mean, for most of the Track Nations Cup, I mean most of it where I'm watching, especially the team sprints, like okay, I have to be realistic. Like I Team Canada, that's the only time I saw like Team Canada. Else it's always like Team GB is in there, like you get Netherlands in there. Sometimes Japan goes in there, but yeah, so I thought that, it was, and then to do it like at home ground, I thought it was
mm,
probably an amazing experience. And beating Italy as well, so yeah.
yeah, yeah, it was pretty cool.
Hmm. Okay,
Mm.
so yeah, a quick fire question. Um Out of all the categories, I think like I think you have done plenty of like different categories. So out of these categories that I'm naming, priority wise, I mean you can prioritize them, and then probably you can explain how you list them or prioritize them. So I mean in terms of favorite, so we have the kilo TT, the team sprint, uh the team sprint, the individual sprint, and the keirin. So out of these four, I mean, which your favorite and why?
Uh, Kieran is definitely my favorite, and then I think kilo sprint, team sprint. Just like something about the kind of chaos of the Kieran, and
Yeah,
then kind of
yeah.
like navigating like through the like bunch and that sort of thing. It just like works well with my brain or something. I
Mhm.
don't know.
Yeah.
And then the like I'm ranking the kilo above the individual sprint just because uh like I still have a lot to work on with
Mhm.
the sprint, and so
Mhm.
like sometimes it's frustrating because if I make like a dumb mistake, then I'm out
Mhm.
like too early in the rounds, and
Mhm.
then
Mhm.
it's just extra frustrating. But the kilo, you
Yeah.
can just put your head down and just go.
Mm. Yeah, I also realized that like it's always like in between the individual sprint and the keirin. And to me, my favorite sprint is actually the keirin, because once the dirty bike goes and everyone
Hmm.
just it's
Yeah,
chaotic. Like yeah,
it's a
everyone
lot
loves
better
the chaos.
it's a lot better to watch for sure.
Yeah, I mean there's the crashes and everything, but that's besides the
Yeah.
point. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so I mean that's all I have for the races. Okay, so we talk about equipment. I saw that you was it a few months ago? Like I saw you did a video on the Simmons shoe.
Oh
The,
yeah,
the the
yeah.
full carbon one. I'm
Hmm.
always intrigued by that. Like, it doesn't look comfortable. Like, it's like wearing carbon. Like,
Hmm.
usually like the
Uh,
road shoe, like, you have like, you have some padding and all that. Then, like you guys are racing just on, uh,
Mm.
full carbon. Like how it looks freaking stiff, like, you know. So how does it feel racing in that? And is there any sort of gains, any difference, like if, the day that you got the shoe and you know you change from that shoe to this shoe?
Mm. Yeah, so like I have like very wide feet. Like uh like a few people
But
have
it's
said this,
customized, right?
but
The
yeah,
Simmons
yeah,
shoe
they're
is customized
like
to the fitting.
we yeah, we uh the ones of us that got them, we made like a trip to Florida
Uh-huh.
where the Simmons guy lives and works, and went to his workshop. So he hand molded our
Mhm.
our feet. So he wrapped some. It was like having a cast put on onto your
Mhm.
foot, and then like, took that off, and then used that as a mold
Mhm.
to make the shoe. So it's fully custom to your foot. So that's why they're still pretty comfortable,
Mhm.
even though they don't have any padding or anything.
Mhm.
Because any padding that you put kind of between your foot and the shoe, then it's going to kind of soak up some of the
Mhm.
power that you're putting down.
Mhm.
So, and then I think just because my feet are kind of uniquely shaped, then I got quite a big power benefit from that.
Mhm.
Just because then my feet are kind of sitting flatter on the bottom of the shoe and having a more direct kind of connection rather than being kind of squished and then getting squished again when I'm pushing,
Mhm.
sort of.
So it's
So I
pretty
think
snug,
that's
right? Like once your foot is in, like there's not much, you know, movement in the shoe. So it's like one with
mm,
the foot.
yeah, yeah. It like especially having the heel cup custom molded and then the rest of it, then your foot really just sticks in and
Mm.
it feels great.
You ever try to
Uh,
do an endurance ride with it? Like 100K
no, 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 no.
bike with it?
When I was there, he was telling me about one of his previous clients who sent his shoes in to get repaired, and they were completely destroyed. The whole like bottom was basically like shaved off because there's just a little like rubber piece sort of uh, to step on. But it turns out this guy had gone out on a road ride and gotten a flat and walked home wearing his
Oh my
three thousand
God.
dollar shoes.
That's like $3,000. Yeah, I was saying
Yeah.
$3,000.
Mm. So yeah,
Mm.
that's crazy. I
Oh.
won't I won't even if I had the choice between riding my road bike in just normal runners and wearing those, I would just wear runners.
Mm. So you're only saving that for race days
Yeah, yeah.
then. Mm. Okay. So yeah, so I have one more. Yeah. So about equipment, I don't know if I can. It's not filtered out. I too
Oh
got a
yeah.
Kask Bambino. Woohoo!
Ah.
At least from Pink Cannon. Like it's a relic.
Oh,
I say relic
nice.
because I think it's the Team Sky one. You know how old is that?
Mm,
Yeah. So one of the questions that I saw, I mean, one of the questions I want to ask is, I saw you using the Kask Bambino for the longest period of time, and you know, everyone's like using the no, the laser helmets. Even they use the cast ones, like they probably use the longer tailed ones, the Kabuto helmets. So using this helmet, was it like a personal choice?
yeah, that's still the first aero helmet that I bought for
Mhm.
myself before I was even on the national team. And
Oh, how old is
like
that helmet? Like
it's
eight,
like
6 years?
maybe 8 years old, which is why I need to replace it soon because I think it's going to expire.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not safe to ride in that.
No, it's still safe. It's still
Yeah.
safe. Yeah, but I had a couple of the Mistral helmets,
Mm.
and then I crashed both and
Oh.
destroyed them. So, and those were very very kindly like sponsored to me by
Mm.
a bike shop in Edmonton,
Mm.
Pedalhead Roadworks.
Mhm.
So like Guri, the mechanic and owner there, works with my cycling club, Juventus,
Mhm.
and sponsors them
Mhm.
and gives and has deals for them. So he
Mhm.
was very kind to uh to send me two of them, even though I destroyed both of them.
Is that a replacement policy? It's new, right? I don't know if like there's a warranty covered or maybe not for
uh,
crashes, I guess.
yeah, I feel like they they probably that's part of their intended purpose is to blow up,
Mm.
is to like
Yeah.
be destroyed after a crash. So I don't think that would hold up.
Yeah. So so any dream helmet you are
I
looking out there?
I
Is that
really
Kabuto
want
one, right?
I really want the Kabuto. Yeah.
It's not
Uh
cheap. It's
no,
definitely not cheap.
it's not.
I tried like looking around. And the thing is I'm in Asia, right? Like I even searched for, you know, I even searched for the ones in Japan. It still costs about like at least 1,000 USD-ish
Mhm.
or more. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
insane.
So when I was in Turkey, I walked over to the Japanese team pit and
Trade trade.
asked their mechanic asked their mechanic like, oh, I can't buy this in Canada, but I really want to buy one. Like, can you help me? And their mechanic, Kengo Sama, he was like, I can I can buy one for you, and like you just give me the money. And so so at Worlds supposedly, uh like I'm buying one.
But
Yeah.
so you gotten yourself one or
Well, I don't have it yet, but we we made the deal in Turkey.
so it's coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's coming. Oh,
Yeah. Well,
nice.
I'm going to pick it up at Worlds. So
Mm.
I need to make sure that I go.
It's the rounded one or the one that is longer tail. I think
It's
there's
the
two,
one
right?
that it's the one that like flares out like a
Um,
samurai helmet.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
Hmm.
ride like with my head like down a lot,
Mm,
so I
mm,
think it
mm.
would be like perfect. Yeah.
But you were
So
using the Maestro, right? Like it's
yeah,
if you were to
yeah,
do that and then it's like like some wing,
yeah.
you
It
might
kind
be
of
hitting a lot of
would
wind, right?
stick up.
If you yeah.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah. So that's why I like the Bambino still, is
mm,
because like I think I heard like a story about in its development, like they designed
mm.
it that way because
Yeah.
Chris Froome like couldn't help but look down during
Mm,
the time trial or something. So that's so me.
yeah.
He's just like
Yeah.
me for real.
Yeah, so that's what I feel as well. Like we are at this age. I mean we talk about time trials and all that, which is like probably not tricycling. The thing is everyone wants the pointed one. Like
Mhm. Yeah, but then
the
it's just
longer
sticking
tail
straight up.
helmets. Yeah. So but the thing is if you can't sustain in that position and all that, then it kind of defeat the purpose of getting a long tail helmet.
Yeah,
So yeah, so that's why I'm keeping like the rounded ones. I'm not
yeah,
selling this off because there are riders in the team where like they just can't keep that head in their position
mhm,
for a time trial of an hour. Like yeah, it's still quite hard lah. Like
yeah.
so yeah, I'm still keeping like one or two rounded helmets like just in case. Yeah, though now it's
Mhm.
like not the trend anymore. So okay,
Well,
we talk about the chain wheel and combination you use for events. So for different events like team sprint, keirin, individual sprints. What's the combination you use, and is it like always different?
Yeah, it's always different. So for like keirin, you'll use like the biggest gear, sort of, because you're hitting kind of the highest like top speed.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess technically the flying 200, then you use like a bigger gear than the keirin still, because it's completely like a controlled environment. But then the keirin and then the sprint and kilo, I kind of use like the same-ish gear. And then team sprint, when I was P2, like for team sprint, it's kind of like it's like really important, because you have to like find the gear that you can like still get off the line like starting, but then like for P2 and P3, like you want to still be in like a pretty big gear so that you can get the speed like ramped up, because you would get on the line fine if you started in like a 90 for the team sprint, but if you're P2, then you're just going to be like completely spun out.
True. Okay. Yeah. So, and last thing, as track. Okay. So I've talked to like individual pursuit, team pursuit. Um, being aero matters a lot. Like they are like when I was talking to Dan, Charlie, like the things that they use, there's a lot of wind tunnel testing, a lot of testing going on. It all goes down to skin suit, socks, and everything. So, I mean, for you, I don't say like track sprinters as I mean, not speaking for all track sprinters, but for you, um, does all this like being aero matters? Like that's why I was like talking to a fact that like I saw Matt Richardson using a longer tail helmet to sprint. I think was the
Mhm.
Mistral or something, or the Kask Evo. Um, do you think that matters, or do you think like no, it's just real training, pure power trumps over everything?
No, like arrow matters like for sure. Like it's huge. And like the faster you go, then it becomes exponentially more important. So like now I just got a new stem from
Mm-hmm.
Velobike, just to get like a bit longer, and then
Mm-hmm.
so that like before, with my stem that was like a centimeter shorter, then my
Mm-hmm.
elbows were still just hitting my knees like a little bit. So I was riding kind of like this. But now with a longer stem, I can get like a nice tuck. So that's like a big arrow improvement. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
like I I've been dreaming of going to a wind tunnel for like ever, but it's just not in the budget of our
Is it? But it's accessible in Canada.
there
Like
there is
you're.
one. There is one close to here, I think. And
Mm,
I know Kelsey and Lorianne went there
mm,
before the Olympics to kind of like figure out like the best equipment to use and
mm,
that sort of thing. Uh, but I think there are definitely some people, especially like beginner riders and like people who
mm-hmm,
are getting into the sport, that I think put a little too much priority on arrow and like buying things and like buying like spending however much on like the better helmet and like
mm,
the better skin suit and stuff, when like they would get a lot faster if they just
yeah, yeah.
trained like a bit smarter or
Agreed.
harder or something.
Agreed. Mm-hmm. The yeah, talking about um track equipment and all that. So I'm more from the road background, like which I know more about road stuff. And the things are not cheap. Like,
Yeah,
road
it's so
cycling
expensive.
is not cheap. But then we came to a realm of like I just got exposed to track cycling probably just last year. So I went to talk to some of the youth. I went down to Malaysia, see the equipment they're using, Google on what the national team items they're using, and it's even worse. Like, there's no gears on the bikes.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
you're paying like
especially if you're looking at Malaysia, they have one of the most expensive bikes in the world.
yeah. Even the skin suit, like it
Yeah.
can go up to like what, 3,000-4,000 pounds? Like I think the Vortex skin suits are crazily expensive, go through wind tunnel and everything. So everything's about the wind tunnel and numbers and all that. So yeah, like that's like a whole realm of, items being expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was like telling most of my club mates and my teammates like who are not really exposed to track cycling, when I show them all the stuff, especially the Japan
Yeah.
frame. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can buy a house with that.
For
God,
real.
like I mean, like who's buying this like to just ride?
Yeah.
So
Well, it's like saying I want to buy a Formula One car to be my daily driver, like
yeah,
sort of thing. Like it's kind of a different purpose. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like
So I mean, sorry,
oh,
sorry.
sorry.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that like we were pretty fortunate. Like we got a new
Mm,
skin suit partner this year
mm,
for the team with Jackaroo. And
mm,
like that I think has been a big aero improvement already. And like they've been really great about like taking our feedback about uh that things with the suit that could potentially be like more aero.
mm, mm,
But yeah.
mm. The okay, so when it comes to, I mean, yeah, it all comes down to money, right? When it
Yeah.
comes to budget and all that. The current Canadian team, the national team, I mean, in comparison to the other nations, like, is there a huge gap or
Like in terms of
mm,
funding or like
fundings? Yeah,
performance.
fundings.
Oh,
Mm,
yeah. uh
mm,
I think, well, definitely like between us and a country like GB or even like Australia or Japan.
Germany. Oh,
Yeah, then like our budget is like minuscule.
mm,
like
mm,
like like uh like we just don't have the budget to do like very many things. Like
mm,
this year, kind of all of us are like self-funding our own travel
mm,
to go
mm,
to go race like C1s and C2s
mm,
to qualify for worlds and stuff like that.
mm, mm,
And like yeah, like there isn't really like budget for like training camps or anything like that. Like for
mm.
in our system. So but and then that's like never mind even about spending thousands of dollars on
Mm,
R&D for
true.
like
Mm.
a crazy
Yeah.
bike like that. Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm. But yeah,
So,
I'm
mm.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I thought you stopped.
Oh,
Mm.
I think I did. I don't know.
So when it comes to I don't know if you can share this, like, okay, as you said, like, there's there's a bit of a gap, especially I mean in terms of, I think, equipments and, yeah, I mean the training, I mean equipments and all that. So do you have any like hacks on, like, things that you do differently? I mean, it could be cheap hacks, like, adding an arrow sock or something like. Do you, have anything that is probably done differently, equipment
uh,
wise?
Equipment wise,
Mm,
like to save money.
yeah,
Uh,
everything's
I don't know
expensive.
if I'm the one to ask. I I just spent like 1,500 Canadian or something on
Mm,
a new set of bars. Like I don't know if you've seen like the A-frame cycles bars
mm,
that I
mm,
have.
mm,
Like just because I thought that it looked like the perfect position for me, and so I'm not really saving money in that respect.
But it works. I guess it
Yeah,
works.
it works. It worked though.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went fast with them, so so it's working.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I kind of asked that to Clever as well. Because end of the day, right? Like there could be, you know, weird hacks that you're doing using black tape over things and this type of thing. I mean, for some of my time trial guys, I did that, like, we try to use some tape to cover the hole just to make sure,
Yeah.
like, like it's more error, but yeah, we see what we can do from
Mm,
there. But yeah.
yeah. I will
Um
say I will
mhm,
say that the argon like TKO frame
mm,
is like is like pretty good for
mm,
like the price. Like it's not that expensive of a track frame, but
mm,
it's still like quite performant. So
mm.
that doesn't really count as a hack because it's just like paying retail price for something.
Yeah.
But it's
True.
like it's just a good, like I think a lot of countries use that
Mm.
frame just for that reason.
Yeah, I mean that's what I realized as well. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of countries and there's a lot of semi-pros using that frame as well. So
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, so right now I think we can cross to training. Maybe I just get to an event, probably be easier. Leading up to Milton, or any of the Track Nations Cup. What is your everyday training regime like peaking to that?
Uh, like a lot of competitions, then like, or I guess every competition, it's like mostly focused on just being like more fresh. So
Mm,
like kind of we'll finish the last block before we start like really prepping, and we'll be like going really hard and we'll be
mm,
like really tired. And so then we'll kind of like pull back on the volume and start really
mm,
focusing on like getting that kind of snappiness back.
mm,
So really focusing on like power and that sort of thing.
mhm. The so the okay for I don't know if it's for all track categories or mainly small sprinter. The gym work is like more than the riding work. Is that true? Like probably 80% is more on focusing on gym.
Uh, right now, I'm in a development phase, so kind of the base work, and yeah, I have the same number of gym sessions as I do track sessions, like in a
Mm.
week. So like
The track sessions is mainly I mean how's your track sessions like? Like
like what do we
I mean
do?
what you guys do?
Uh, so I think right now we have kind of one day where we're doing starts, then one day that's kind of like peak power, like acceleration, like that sort of
Mm.
thing, and then one day where we're doing longer sprints.
Mm. Yeah, so for gym work, mainly what's your I mean like the routine, like what are the things you do?
Yeah, like we do a lot of squats, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
uh,
leg
yeah,
presses.
yeah. Lately, we've been doing more single leg work,
Mm,
so kind of the Bulgarian split squat or
mm,
lunges, that sort of thing. And then, ooh, this last block, our gym coach has had us doing Nordic hamstring curls. Do you know that one?
uh, yeah, I think I know about that.
Like you have your feet underneath something, and then you have to like
Mm,
lower yourself down with just your hamstrings, and then try and get back
yeah,
up. That one
yeah,
really hurts.
that's really hurt. Like don't train that much as well. Yeah, do it like one rep is like pretty painful for me. Yeah. So, okay. So, yeah, that's the thing. Like, oh, and also, I want to cover one point. Like, like your main bulk is in. I mean, okay, half or main bulk is in gym. Were you prone to injuries at the point? Did you have any, when you were building up, did you have any bad injuries to gym?
Uh, from the gym,
Mm, mm,
no.
mm,
I've been pretty lucky, like with when it comes to like injuries. Like I think I jammed my wrist like once doing
mm,
like a clean, and I kind of
mm,
like jammed it weird. But I was still able to ride on the track and everything with that. But like other than that, I've been like pretty good in the gym. I think like once or twice, maybe my back was acting up a little bit just from
mm,
trying to push squats a little bit too much without doing enough like mobility and foam roller stuff like after
mm,
to loosen it up. But yeah, not too many injuries for me.
mm. Yeah, I think for us, and also I think one thing that I find it difficult at the moment during gym, because probably I'm lack of experiencing as well. Like when we start to ramp up the sessions, or we start to increase the weight, the increasing of the weight part where where form wasn't good and all that, then we can see like, oh, we start to get injuries, and then there's downtime for a few weeks, this sort of thing. So that's like, there's one area where I can improve on. And I realize that it's quite common, I mean, like for track cycling, like to get this kind of injuries, like back issues or knee issues, etc.
Mm, yeah.
Mm,
Uh, yeah. Right now,
mm,
I
mm,
forget what it's called. But a couple, I think like my wife and Cole or one other guy have been doing kind of like a modified squat. It has like a name. Uh, but you have like the a safety bar, so the one that goes over
mm,
your shoulders, and then like you're holding on to like two pins or something on
mm,
the rack, and then you're kind of like when you squat, then you're able to like lean more backwards, so it's not quite as
mm,
hard on your knees.
mm,
So that's something we've been doing.
mm. Okay. I saw the video of you talking about the importance of flexibility and mobility. So yeah, I think that's pretty important as well. That I probably would that's
Mm.
one of the videos I just watched as well. So
I don't even
yeah,
remember
it's
that.
yeah, yeah. I probably will find out more of that lah, because
Mm.
as riders and all that, like once your hamstring, your glutes and all that get too tight, then
Yeah.
that's where all the issues come,
Mm. Yeah,
and
that's
probably loss of power and performance from there because
yeah.
of the lack of mobility.
Like that was one thing where like uh before I was on the Canadian team, then uh my club team went on like a training camp to San Diego, and like during the camp I like really just focused on improving, or like I every morning I would like wake up and do some like mobility and like stretch my like hamstrings and
Mm,
try to improve my hamstring mobility, like that
mm,
sort of way. And like that's when I started like really having some breakthroughs in performance. So I think like that's mostly why I think that it's so important, because like it might just be a coincidence, but it it makes sense to me that
mm.
it's interlinked.
Um, Yeah, like okay, I did add in mobility exercises and all that for me or for any of my the boys in my team. But what I've experienced is I actually went for a sports massage and I did a lot of stretching, just one whole week worth of stretching and sports massage just to clear out the lactate and especially my hips area. Like I'm trying to get it as to loosen up because it's getting too tight. Um and I didn't really, even if I were to ride, it's just coffee rides. It's not like a training block or anything. So during the whole week rested and then I did a power pull test the week, and then you could see like there's like an immediate, you can see like there's a notable difference in performance gains, like especially in the numbers. Like, I mean, just like doing the power pull test. I'm not like
Mhm.
putting like FTP or whatever along, just
Yeah,
the power pull test. Like, so I think that was like one part where I felt like, hey, but
yeah,
not everyone
so,
can. It's pretty expensive to go for a sports massage and all that. So
yeah,
yeah, probably flexibility and mobility exercise would probably help. Huh?
mhm,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. Like sport massages aren't cheap, but like a lacrosse ball is only like $1.
Yeah, or like a foam roller.
Yeah, foam roller.
Mm.
Foam rollers can be expensive, man. I was looking uh at buying one when I like moved out here, uh, and they're like 40-50 bucks. And I'm like, man, it's just a piece of foam.
Damn. I
Yeah,
think that's the business.
yeah,
It's not a
for
business
real.
now. Do you guys have Decathlon over there? Like, is
Decathlon?
Decathlon accessible? Yeah.
I think there are some. I don't think it's as like big of a thing, but
Oh,
I know there's at least one kind of in the area.
oh, okay. So, of course, I thought like, I mean, they do sell affordable exercises stuff,
Mm,
but maybe not the full range.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Maybe I was
Okay.
just looking in the wrong places.
Yeah. Oh,
Anyway,
what, $40 to $50? Damn, like what for roller is that?
yeah.
Lululemon? uh, okay, so okay, I think we covered that. So I think the next few questions is probably on personal note or things that are not talking about equipment or and all that. So I feel right, like okay, so I told you like I've got interested into track cycling, started a team last year. I like Team Pursuit a lot, so I look at Team Pursuit a lot more than the other events. It's just Sprint and Omnium is something which probably late last year and this year I start to get more interest in it.
Mhm,
Especially with the use that was bugging me. But then right, like I realized, when you race in the Track Nations Cup, World Champs, I feel right now, I mean in comparison to the earlier years, right now I think it's really at its peak. It's like, like there's a lot of good sprinters out there, like a lot.
mhm,
Every time I like look, even I look at Olympics and all that, it's always a different name and all that. So when you're going against riders like Harry Grayson, Matt Richardson, Kaya also, but there's even the Malaysian Shah Faridas, Nicholas Paul and all that. Like how hard is it like right now to even qualify or like to even be in the semis? Like when it comes to all these sprint events, keirin, individual team sprint.
yeah. Well, I don't, right now in the sprint, then like Harry is still basically untouchable unless you're like one or two people like in the world,
Mm.
and even
Yeah.
then, like they don't win.
Mm.
So like uh like things with the keirin, then there's like that element of unpredictability. So
Yeah.
like things things can go like the right way, and like could have like a good result, But no, I think right now is probably like the most competitive that track cycling maybe ever has been.
Yeah.
Like even, and then for Harry to stay at like the very top of that regardless, then it's super impressive. Yeah, but then like on the men's and women's side of the field, like everyone's game is just constantly like improving the last however many, like the last 4 or 5 years, like especially I think. And
I keep seeing like records being broken. Like,
mhm,
and then like one whole event, like World Champs, all that, you keep like, broke the world record, and then like the next event, they broke their own world record of like the previous session.
yeah,
So yeah, it's
yeah,
crazy.
no,
Like,
it's insane.
yeah.
Yeah, so like it's a cool time to be like in the sport, but it's like a tough time to be competing in the sport because there's so many good people. Mhm.
Yeah, that's same goes for road riding. So like when I look
Oh
at,
yeah,
I mean, Pogacar is like dominating like almost everything now. Same goes for like, when I look at the sprinters, oh, that's Harry Davidson. Oh, he's winning. So like
yeah,
it's always there, even like the Champions League, like, oh, it's him. And then so like based on all that, right? Like I mean like the other categories, yes, but the sprint categories, I feel there's so much. It's very competitive, like very, very, very
yeah,
competitive. I mean,
yeah,
like, yes, there is them, and then there's a whole bunch of other riders that is, could beat Harry Davidson, or they are really good at that point.
yeah,
So I'm wondering like how it should be. It is really difficult to like, even qualifying is like you have to
mm,
be really in your top game.
yeah, yeah. Like, well, there really is kind of that like top group where it's
Mm,
like almost surprising if they're not in like the finals
mm,
of like something, or like the keirin sprint, like especially. And
mm,
then there's just like the group like just below that, I feel like is just getting like bigger and bigger and bigger.
mm,
uh, so and like and then everybody is getting faster. It's
mm.
crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, so the next question I have is something I wanted to ask earlier. It's um, caving up like okay, so I'm not in this full time. Like I have a full time job and doing this like as our passion. For you, for a lot of other riders out there, as you said, track cycling is very different from road riding. Like, the World Tour, UCI Conti, where you're paid. Like you have the team menus all around to the UCI Continental teams. So in track cycling, like especially in Canada, like for you, like how does it work? Like, you- do you have so you don't have like a team to like a UCI team or anything. So how do you make a living out of this?
mm. Yeah, so there's like like for all like athletes in Canada kind of competing at like a world level, then
Mm.
there's
Is it
like
scholarship?
funding from
Okay.
yeah, it's like funding from the
Mm.
Canadian government.
Mm.
uh so like and that's called karting. I don't know.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I heard about that.
yeah, yeah. So we get uh like some funding just like personally,
Mm.
like from the government that way, uh like with the conditions of like, oh, we have to be like regularly like tested for like banned substances, and
Mm.
we have like an app where we have to like put in our location and like where we're going to be spending the night, and where and give like a place that we're like definitely going to
Mm.
be at like a certain time. so then somebody can just randomly come and like take a sample. But then like like as long as we're doing all that and we're still like competing at like the high level, then we get some funding.
Yeah, because I saw that you have like I mean you started a web page and all that, and then I mean just now you said like the most of the travels is covered by by the athletes themselves, and I mean like okay, within US and Canada, I think the price, I mean the flight tickets won't be as crazy as you flying to Asia
Yeah.
or flying, to what? Because if let's say right, like if it's Europe and Asia, I mean you're probably gonna run dry like really fast, like in a few months' time.
Yeah, like it can be quite expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to race in Germany the start of June.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
there.
So I'm
So if any of
yeah,
any of your viewers
sorry.
want to sponsor me.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it out there as well.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
I'll put a website on one of my links as well. So
Oh, I should
your
probably
website on one
update
of the links then. Yeah.
I I hope it still works.
Oh
I
shit.
haven't
You
updated
haven't
it in a
seen
long time.
it. Where you get all your money? Why you didn't do anything?
Oh god.
Uh yeah, that's that's the thing. Like I mean like the riders whom I talk to, okay, Clever Martinez, I think he does criteriums, and also I think he has a full-time job as well. Dan Bigham, I mean like he's the aero engineer
Yeah.
for Bora. He's paid.
Yeah, I hope they pay him.
Charlie, he used to race for a UCI Continental team. Now probably I think he's on self-sponsorship as well. But prior to that, I think that's most of, I mean, where his main funding is coming from. And I think Team GB also pays him as well, but not sure. So that's the thing I'm intrigued. Like if let's say right, like like for you, you are just doing track cycling. That's why I was asking, like, at some point there, okay, the government funds you, but the government can, or Canada can only fund that much. Anything else, it has to be from somewhere. So
Mhm,
that was like that's one thing I'm just intrigued to see where main funding is coming from.
mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
and uh I know like Nick and Sarah. I'm sure you've seen their like Instagram content.
Mhm.
Like I think they do like pretty well, like
Mhm.
getting some extra funding like from working on that.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just don't have the same level of dedication to like to post on Instagram that regularly.
So so I mean the last few questions. So what's next like for you? Like
Uh,
what champs? Olympics? The Olympics is like in Los Angeles, right? But that's like
yeah,
in 4 years time.
mm,
So
yeah. So I want to stay around until that to like try and actually race at the games this time instead
mhm,
of just being the alternate.
mhm.
Uh, yeah, and then uh, hopefully world champs in October,
It's in
assuming
Chile,
everything
right?
goes well. Yeah,
It's
in
in
Chile.
Chile.
It's in Chile.
Oh, okay. Mm.
Yeah. So it won't be that much of a time zone change for us, but it'll
Yeah.
still be like a rough flight, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I mean, it's not as bad as like flying over to another continent where there's a time zone change.
Yeah. Like it's still flying to another continent, but I guess no time
Mm.
zone change.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Okay. So my last question for you is anything you felt you could have done, better looking back? Could be anything like what chance or and anything. Do you feel is there any missed opportunities, that you had that you think that hey, if I if only I could, done this better, I could be something or someone or somewhere.
Uh like
Mm.
I wish I still every now and then think back and wish that I had started just a bit earlier, I think.
Oh, how when
But,
did you started? I mean,
I
like whole program.
in in 2016, I think. So I was like, I was around 20 when I like got into the sport. Like
Oh,
I'd been like cycling and stuff, but
mm,
uh, like I'd mostly been doing like speed skating up
mm,
until then. So
mm,
like I kind of wish that I had like gotten in a bit earlier and like gotten some more experience like as a younger rider rather than
mm,
like kind of having to figure out a lot of things like now when because like a lot of the guys like even if they're younger than me that I'm racing against, then like they still have like more like race experience almost
mm,
because they've
mm,
been like in the sport like going to like competitions wherever
mm,
and like I have a like some race experience from speed skating, but that's like only so much of that is transferable sort of.
mm.
So I just wish
Oh,
that I
I
had
didn't
started
know.
just a little
Mm.
earlier.
Oh, I didn't know you started like late. Like, of course, I thought that it's like I don't know how the Canadian Cycling Federation works. Like I thought like you have to start from like there's a youth program, and then and then you see through to a professional to getting to be a professional.
Yeah,
Mm,
like there there are definitely like some of us that have gone through kind of that path, but then like
mm,
there's like Kelsey, who's
mm,
very famously started late
mm,
and is still like successful.
mm,
Uh, yeah, but like in
mm,
terms of like making the Canadian team, then there's like
mm,
the posted like time standards
mm,
for uh for the like sprint team,
mm,
and like so far how it's been working is like you hit the time standard, then you're just like in the training environment.
mm. Wow,
Yeah,
better late than never, right? So
yeah, exactly.
yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
still have like the world champs coming up and all that. Probably
yeah,
you could get like really good results.
yeah. 28 is still pretty young.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Waiting for you to get the rainbow band.
yeah. I need it. I need it before
Yeah.
I go. Before I quit.
Okay. Yeah, so I think that was like my last question for you actually. Yeah. I want to thank you for your
Right.
time.